From the ear-splitting riffs of rock and roll to the soulful melodies of the blues, music has the power to captivate our hearts and ignite our souls. And for decades, one brand has played a pivotal role in shaping the sound of generations: Fender. Join me as we take a tour into the fascinating history of Fender guitar amplifiers. The history of Fender amps begins with Leo Fender and his early experimentation in a small radio shop in Fullerton, California. The inception of Fender's first amplifiers date back to the 1940s, marking the beginning of a new era in electric instrument amplification. Initially designed to amplify the sound of electric guitars, these amplifiers were soon adopted by musicians who wanted to push the boundaries of their instruments' capabilities. As the company grew, so did the design and the functionality of Fender amplifiers. The signature Tweed, Tolex, and blackface styles have become synonymous with particular sounds and eras of music. The Tweed-covered cabinets of the 50s, the sleek blackface amps of the 60s, and the silverface aesthetics of the 70s each provide a window into the preferences and techniques of the musicians of the time. Many Fender amplifiers are celebrated not only for their craftsmanship, but also for their role in the creation of landmark recordings and performances across various musical genres. Leo Fender began his journey into music gear with a simple but profound vision to enhance the quality of amplified sound for musicians. Operating from his Fullerton, California-based radio repair shop, his curiosity led him to experiment with amp designs, putting him on the map as a pivotal figure in the history of guitar amplifiers. Fender's modifications made amps more efficient and reliable, serving the needs of the West Coast and soon the world. In 1945, Fender partnered with Doc Kaufman, forming the K&F Manufacturing Corporation. The savvy pairing combined Fender's design aptitude with Kaufman's technical expertise, setting the stage for the advent of a new era in amplified music. The earliest Fender amplifiers, often referred to as woodies due to their wooden cabinets, were created during the late 1940s. These woody models, with their distinctive appearance, were built with simplicity and functionality in mind. Produced in limited quantities, these amps are a rare piece of musical history that illustrates the early stages of the Fender Company's influential role in shaping modern music. The Tweed era represents the genesis of Fender amplifiers' lineage, marked by Tweed-covered cabinets and narrow panel designs, which evolved into wide panel models. Iconic amps such as the Champ, Bassman, and Deluxe emerged during this period, prized for their warm, fuzzy sound that has become a hallmark for vintage tone enthusiasts. In the late 1950s, Fender transitioned from Tweed to Tolex material for amp coverings for added durability and a new aesthetic. This intermediate phase also introduced amplifiers with a black control panel, a change that would lay the foundation for further electronic innovation. The blackface models, with their distinctive black control panel, aluminum trim, and grille cloth, set a new standard in the early to mid-1960s. Their sound was cleaner and crisper, supporting the advancing techniques of guitar players. The Silverface amps followed, carrying a silver control panel and minor circuit tweaks, indicating Fender's adaptability to the changing landscape. These models featured improved reverb and vibrato, with the Twin Reverb being one of the most popular amplifiers from this era. The Fender Twin Reverb is a legendary amplifier known for its crystal clear highs and robust lows. Introduced in the mid-1960s, this amp is celebrated for its lush reverb and the iconic vibrato effect that became synonymous with the surf rock genre. The Twin Reverb, sporting the distinguished silver and black face design and Fender logo, quickly became a favorite for gigging musicians needing a powerful and reliable amp that could deliver a wide range of sounds with pristine clarity. Originally designed as an amplifier for bass guitars, the Fender Bassman gained a reputation among guitar players for its rich, overdriven tones, making it a cornerstone for blues and rock musicians. The Bassman circuitry and 410 speaker configuration laid the foundation for many other successful amps and influenced the development of Marshall amplifiers, which would go on to define the sound of rock. The Fender Princeton stands out as a smaller, more portable amplifier that nevertheless offers a full and warm sound. Known for its manageable volume and smooth overdrive at higher settings, the Princeton has become a studio favorite, particularly valued for recording sessions. It delivers the classic Fender reverb and vibrato effects in a compact package, making it ideal for players seeking Fender's signature sound without the bulk and heaviness of larger counterparts. Over the decades, many iconic artists have forged their sound with the aid of a Fender amp. Eric Clapton, for instance, famously used a variety of Fender amplifiers throughout his career, including the Twin Reverb and 57 Custom amp, shaping his signature blues-infused rock style. Other notable musicians would be Chuck Berry and the Fender Champ, Stevie Ray Vaughan and the Fender Vibrolux, Jimi Hendrix and the Fender Twin Reverb, Buddy Guy and the Fender Bassman, and David Gilmour with the Fender Deluxe Reverb. Fender amps, along with guitars such as the world-famous Stratocaster and Telecaster, have created a revolutionary sound for musicians around the world. These instruments and amplifiers have helped to define the sonic palette of blues, jazz, rock, and even metal. I'd like to thank everyone for joining me on this journey through the history of Fender. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. This has been Damon D. One World, One Rock.